Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Brian W. Adams.
Thank you so much for joining today's Inspire podcast. Super excited to be here with you and just can't wait to kick off this great week. Man, what an incredible week it's been, really the start of the year. If you're a football fan, depending on what team you're going for, I know there's letdowns that happen, but man, there's been some amazing football. And really, I think in my lifetime, I don't think I've ever seen so many good football teams and football games overall played. And so what an amazing thing it's been to watch that. And so we want to wish the Bengals and the Rams the best of luck. My household is pretty disappointed. We were really rooting for the Chiefs and the 49ers there just because of Steve Young and Patrick Mahomes. But with this, we're going to try to find a new team. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. I'll try to root for your team. And I'm sure we've got some people in our Cornerstone Senior Marketing Office with Tim Shook and others may have an opinion about that. But we are so excited to kick off this Inspire podcast. 2022 has been off to an incredible start. It has been really fun to see how people have been building off of the fourth quarter, how much energy and excitement and momentum we had really ending the year, not only with amazing sales progress and helping so many people, but also the employee ownership plan, bringing on a new investor, and just kind of this incredible excitement that we're having overall, and continuing to announce partner after partner that have just been just so much fun to bring in our friends into the Integrity family. And we continue to bring in some of the biggest names in the business as part of Integrity. In addition, Women in Leadership, we had last Friday with Maggie Fleming. I don't know if it can get much better than what Maggie and Ann went through last week about Women in Leadership on Friday. If you haven't watched that, please make sure to watch that. I love the funny story Maggie shared when she was young, and they were asked about reciting her ABCs in kindergarten, and she said, M is for Medicare. I've heard that story a couple of times, but it's so funny to think about the impact you have on your kids, right? And how your kids remember different things and how much they learn from us. And I know for me, it's one of the things that I sure see it with my little kids, and help, really just the joy it brings to me about what we're able to do as a family. And you got to be careful. I've said a few things that I wish my kids didn't remember. My wife doesn't ever let me forget that. But there are a lot of funny things that you sit back and just go, man, these are treasured moments. I think every moment is frankly pretty treasured overall. So you got to enjoy that. And really, I think we take for granted a lot of the things that we've been accomplishing here at Integrity, bringing together some of the greatest minds, bringing together some amazing friends as partners here at Integrity. And today we have another exciting announcement that I don't want to take for granted. This has been a partnership that we've been working on for about 5 years. It was one of those long-term partnerships that we've been talking through and kind of working on for a long time. And we finally convinced them to join Integrity. And I'm so excited to announce that Senior Insurance Marketing has now joined the Integrity family. And as part of this partnership, Mike Roth, the president and CEO of Senior Insurance Marketing, and his incredible wife, Kristi Roth, vice president of Senior Insurance Marketing, will become managing partners here at Integrity. They're headquartered in Lincoln, Nebraska, and Senior Insurance Marketing supports thousands of agents all across the country, and they offer a wide variety of Medicare products and ancillary benefits to meet the needs of their clientele. And over the years, Senior Insurance Marketing has built an incredible reputation for agent retention and agent support. Their dedication to making sure the agents have everything that they need to succeed and going above and beyond to serve their agents has helped them become known for their compassion and really just their commitment to serving agents and helping them be even more successful. And as I shared in their announcement video that will be announced tomorrow and you'll see tomorrow, I don't know if there's anybody in the industry that has a bigger heart and really just has a bigger commitment to people than Mike Roth. And now as part of the Integrity family, Senior Insurance Marketing will be able to add a lot of different support elements to their team to help them with technology and additional support and products and services all across the board. And this is one of those rare moments that you work on a deal for a really long time, and you finally get to tell everybody about it. And I'm getting a lot of texts right now about how excited and thrilled people are to have Mike and Kristi Roth on board here at Integrity and now as partners here in the Integrity family. So Mike and Kristi, welcome to the family. We're so excited to have you.
Thanks, Brian. We are really excited. Our team is really excited. And Kristi and I are really excited. And our family is really excited. So we are just happy to be a part of what you've been able to build. Take my hat off to all of you guys over the last 5 years watching you guys. It's been absolutely amazing what you guys have been able to build. And I'm so glad that you've invited me to be a part of that. That's an honor for us. We've worked really hard over the last, 18 years with Senior Insurance Marketing, and we want to serve our agents and our people better, and we've seen the tools that you guys have, so it's our honor to be able to give those agents the tools that you guys are providing for your agents. I think back 5 years ago when I met you down in Dallas, we've come full circle since that time. And again, during that 5 years of watching what you've been able to do, we truly think it's the right time to join and be partners and not competitors any longer. We are now partners, and we can do great things together.
And I'm also very excited to be joining the Integrity family. It's a great opportunity for us to reach more customers and to build our own business. We think the values that Integrity supports align with our own, and the partnership should be a great fit. I do a lot of the HR and the finances and the bookkeeping with our agency. So the technology, the resources, and the support that this partnership is going to provide is going to make my job easier, and it's going to take us to the next level to help our employees and our agents. Integrity will help us help more people, and that for me is very exciting.
Well, listen, Mike and Kristi, this is exciting. I mean, this is truly a personal thing that I know that I'm super excited about, and I know a lot of our partners are just thrilled about the opportunity for us to come together. And that legacy that you guys have built as Senior Insurance Marketing about caring for people, really serving people, is really what Integrity is all about. And, we first started talking about this 5 years ago. I mean, we had just partnered with Steve Young. I'll never forget, I introduced you to Steve Young, and Steve was signing some autographs, and you signed this little helmet. He said, I'll be the first in and give Steve my signature because I want his whenever we get our deal done. Well, I've saved that for so many years, and we've even had multiple office moves since that time. I think I've gone through 3 different offices, but I've saved that because it's always reminded me we couldn't get there in the early days. I mean, look, we were trying to, as Tom Fleming and Mike White and others would tell you, we were kind of building the plane as we were flying it, so it took us a little while to get there to prove to others that this was going to be an incredible opportunity as we kind of all believe it is today. But when you said, I take my hat off to you, that meant a lot to me because, I know that we've been working on this a long time, and you in particular, Mike, always wear a cowboy hat. I don't know if I've ever seen you without a cowboy hat, honestly. And so when you say, I take my hat off to you, that is literal in that sense. Tell us a little bit. I just want to, kind of start off. Tell us a little bit about your cowboy hat, because I know it has a deeper meaning. If you don't mind sharing a little bit about that before we get started here.
Well, you bet. You used to go hunting out into Wyoming, and used to do a lot of cowboy riding with my nephew Josh, and I made it not quite a yearly, but almost a yearly event. So when I'd go out there, I'd put the cowboy hat on and ride his horses in the mountains, and we'd spend weeks riding, and it was unbelievable, and it was amazing. And 2017, the good Lord looked down on this world and said, Josh, it's time for you to get up here. He passed on in an avalanche. And so when I'd come back to Nebraska, I'd rarely wear my hat. And Well, at that point, I decided to just wear it all the time. It was in his honor to do that, and fits good, keeps my head warm, keeps sun off it. So there's multiple reasons, but in his honor is what I've chosen to do, and he was a great guy. I wish every one of you guys could have met him. He was larger than life.
Man, I appreciate you sharing that. I know that a lot of us have seen, of course, recognize you wearing the cowboy hat because that's kind of your calling card, but that deeper meaning behind it and that tribute to Josh, I think is just super special, and I thought that would be special to share today as we're kind of starting off here, because I think what we're building here is about more than, it's about family, it's about memories, it's about legacy, and I wanted to recognize Josh's legacy as part of that, and I love how you do that every day with your hat. And so in the video, everybody will see you with the hat, and if at any partner meeting, regardless, I can't wait for us to see that hat and remember Josh through that. Now, tell us a little bit, how did you guys get into the insurance business? Tell us about that journey for you guys starting your company.
So back after college, I was looking for that thing to do, and I had a mentor who sold Northwestern Mutual Life. Anyways, he was a heck of a guy, and he has since passed on. And I looked at him and said, hey, I could do what he's doing. And so I started the insurance selling seniors. And in 94, I opened up, I started selling for another FMO and learning the ropes. It was a captive insurance shop. And I saw the opportunities for me to branch out. So honestly, I thought I could do some things better. And that's where I saw the opportunity to start senior insurance marketing in 2004.
And another part that's worth mentioning was when we started, Mike was working out of our basement, and that was fine, but we had two small kids, and, they can get loud at times. So it got to the point where he just said, I need an office. So we were young and didn't have a lot of extra money, so finding that office was a little bit stressful, but we started seeing more and more success, and our business just steadily grew.
Man, I can relate, and so many were, So I started, when I started out, I started out working from home. In fact, I worked from home for, I think, 6 years, but I was single. All I had was a dog. This dog is boxer named Bosco, and some of the people on the call will remember Bosco, but it was super stressful. Just, back then, people didn't, it wasn't socially acceptable to work from home, if you guys remember this. And so I remember I changed out my doorbell. Your doorbell would do ding, 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 or whatever. I changed it to just one ding where it just goes ding. And finally, Bosco stopped, barking every time it went off, so that I didn't have to worry about somebody go, are you working from home? Because, they would hear a dog and they would hear a doorbell. And, man, I remember how stressful it was just getting a business started. And then finally, I got married, and, first of all, I don't know how you go out on your own and start a business after you've got, you're married with kids. It's just a lot of risk there. But finally, about a year into it, Robin was like, okay, you guys got to get your own office. And I remember how stressful that was, just thinking about, golly, we hadn't had this expense before. We hadn't had to pay, electric and the phone bill in the office, or the rent, or, even driving somewhere. It was such a difficult, decision for me. In fact, we probably put it off a year or two just because of that stress. But I didn't have to juggle having little kids. I know even working from home today, anytime, we had to, especially during COVID, man, that was tough, because you're kind of torn between two worlds, and you want to spend time with the kids, but you also know you got to provide for your kids and family. And I love the fact that you guys started out with that humble beginning, because I think that's also part of what makes you all so successful, is because you can relate to the agents you serve. And you built this business based on this dedication of building relationships, meeting agents where they are, and you put so much emphasis on building deep relationships, and you go way back with these relationships. You spend a lot of energy and time. Would you mind sharing a little bit more about why you believe so much in building relationships?
Yeah, we learned a long time ago that when you find great people, you do everything you can to keep them. It's really important to treat them just fairly. We have a saying that's kind of become our motto. We don't care how much you know until we know how much you care. We don't care how much they make until we know how much they care. We just want to know that they care. And people, you can see it. You can read when you know in their face and their actions and what they do if they really do care. And that's really, really important to me. Everything we do is focused on compassion and caring about our clients and our agents. We build a successful company by treating people that fairly, generous, and showing them that we generally care about our people. We send out appreciation gifts because, whether it's one app or 100 apps, I want to say thank you in some form or fashion. And so what we like to do is send out a small gift. A lot of you have received them. Just something small that shows that we care as we build our business.
And Brian, another way that we kind of give back to our agents that we're kind of proud of is through those little gifts. Sometimes we've sent out survival kits that go in people's car. We've actually sent out a spaghetti dinner kit, and that was interesting. I think one package broke, and a post office called me and said, "Your package is leaking. Can we throw it away?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, go ahead." But we even have sent out flower bouquets for Easter. And I don't know, it's just a way that we can show our agents that we care and we appreciate all their hard work. And Mike's always been emphasizing the importance of making those connections. And he knows, or every agent knows, that Mike's only a phone call away. And even prior to the pandemic, Mike would regularly travel to meet people in person with the agencies that would want to work with us. And he makes that personal connection because it's a great tool to bond with somebody. And I believe those relationships have been essential to our growth.
Man, Kristi, I think you're exactly correct. I mean, I say this all the time. This is a relationship business. This is a people business. And if we ever forget that, we're going to be out of business, because it's sometimes easy to get caught up in other parts of things. But if you ever forget that this is about people, then about serving people, about helping people, I mean, listen, it is all about people. And relationships are the backbone of succeeding in our industry. And we know that we couldn't do anything close to what we're doing today without people like you and the rest of our partners who really believe that, put their money where their mouth is, put their time and energy where their mouth is. And, it is, building relationships takes time and energy. And, Kristi, I hear that you've also made some amazing relationships on your own as an athlete. Can you share more about that and tell us more about your family?
Yeah, well, it's been more years than I'd like to count, but I used to compete in a couple of sports in college. But now I volunteer as a track official with one of the local universities, and it's been so much fun just being around the young athletes. It gives me energy, and it makes me feel young again. And I've built a lot of good relationships with some of the athletes and actually met some former Olympians during the course of some of the meets. So it's been kind of fun. And other than that, our family just likes being together and doing things outside, keeping up with our 3 kids keeps us busy. We have 2 kids in college and one who's a freshman in high school.
Oh, that is awesome. Now, what sports and so it sounds like track. What was your discipline there?
I played basketball for a couple years, and I ran track, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. So my 7-year-old is playing basketball right now. In fact, we had a basketball game this weekend, and we ended up playing against one of our coworkers, Garrett Shipp, and his son, James. And so it was super cute watching them, but it is painful watching 7-year-olds play basketball right now. But I hope that they continue that love of it, because they're so much fun. It is so much fun. This one kid shot at the wrong basket twice, and it was so funny. He got the ball, he shot at it. Everybody is yelling, don't shoot. He actually finally shoots at it again, and thank God for him, he missed it. But it is just so much fun. I love being able to watch our kids and just being able to enjoy different things, with them. And Mike, I know you've got such a passion for hunting. We talk about hunting a lot of time. In fact, we've got a lot of our common friends around that. But in your announcement video, I learned something else about that you guys do for your family, which I'm excited to learn. And I was even asking you tricks about what do I need to do to do this. So can you share a little bit more about that?
Yeah, hunting is not just a fall sport. It's really a year-round. And A lot of people don't know that in January, February, March, a lot of the deer, the big ones especially, will drop their antlers. And so people don't know that. They drop them and grow them back every year. So kind of emphasizing, how they grow back bigger and stronger, kind of like senior insurance marketing. Every year we've grown bigger and stronger. Anyways, it's a true joy to be able to walk the woods with my family and on a nice day in the 30s or 40s, which is nice, and find something that God put there for us to find. And it's absolutely amazing how big and large some of these antlers can get, and they've been able to survive. And so for us, it's just really my young daughter, Isabel, she loves to find them. Last year, she found 16 in just one drive, more or less. Yeah, and we found that season last year just probably around 60 to 70 antlers that we found. And there's a lot of guys that don't find one. So we were very blessed to find just a whole bunch to see what's going to be around for the next year.
That is unbelievable. I don't love killing stuff. I'm not big at killing things, but I love being out in the woods. And a couple of times we've found some antlers, and it's so much. It's like you found a special treasure in a lot of ways. So there's a lot of people on this call that like to go out in the woods. They have farms. They have different places. Tell us about how do you find those? Because you and I were talking about this, because just walking, fields or whatever, it probably is not going to work. Tell us what the best way to do that is.
Well, the best way to find them is to really kind of have an idea of where they're bedding down for the evening. If they're in the tall grass, great place to look, because a lot of times they spend a lot of time there, and you don't know when these antlers are going to fall off exactly. So you have to find where they're spending their time. So usually this time of year, when it gets down around anywhere from 32 degrees down to 0, they're bedding real close to a food source. So they don't go far. They don't travel far. So if you can find out where they're feeding and eating, that's where you want to look for these shed antlers.
That's such good advice.
And
that is, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say that one of the things that a lot of people like to do with them is we make chandeliers, Christmas trees out of these shed antlers. They're definitely hunting lodge decorations, which is very fun.
That is so cool. Well, and it's such a fun family thing for you to be able to do, and I can't wait to get out in the woods and try that with my boys. And everybody on the video, we're going to be highlighting some of this, so be sure to check out the video. You can learn more about that. But also, I think it shows your heart and just kind of the passion that you guys have. And I got to tell you, we have partnered with a lot of amazing people, and I get a lot of great comments from people who want to say congratulations. And I mean, I'm just getting overwhelmed right now. We've got so many different people that want to welcome you and to congratulate you. I'm just going to read a few of them really quickly. Dave Martin said, how incredible you guys are, and wanted to congratulate you guys. Ryan Kimball said, I'm so glad he's now a partner of ours. Congratulations. Galen Hendricks said, what a great snag. Our party time just became more fun. Tim Shook just said, another great addition. Known Mike for a long time. Go Bengals. So I don't have we're both Kansas City fans, Mike. I guess I don't know who we're going to go for. Do you have a pick?
No, I really don't. I'm rooting for both of them. I guess now since Tim said that, I got to root for Bengals.
I guess let's go for Bengals. I guess Dan McNerney. This is a good one. Mike and Kristi are the best. I'm so excited to welcome them to Integrity and proud to call them partners. Laura Kimball said, Mike Roth, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Very excited. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Great win, Brian. I love people who use exclamation points because that's all I use. I don't hardly ever use periods, and so, Laura, I love the exclamation points. We got another lot of exclamation points on this one. Yay! I love them. A bunch of exclamation points from Karen Fredericks. Taylor Martin, well done, guys. Thrilled to have Mike and Kristi on board. Great work. That is exciting. But we have some other partners that just want to say congratulations And I've been texting Mike White this entire time because he was there when you signed that helmet. Mike, are you there with us?
I sure am, Brian, and I got to tell you, we could not be more excited, Mike, Kristi, to have you in the Integrity family. You know, going back to that first meeting that we all had over in Dallas, Brian, Mike, you and I talked during the meeting, after the meeting, and I thought Mike is going to be the first one to come on board with us. It has been well worth the wait, my brother. We could not be more excited to have you and Kristi both on the team. And, you know, your story is very, very similar to most all of our partners here at Integrity. We go back and we have the announcement calls, and Brian, you know, I get lost on the number of announcement calls that we've had, you know, over the past 4 years, going on 5 years. But what is so amazing is that I don't know that I've ever met anybody successful in the insurance business that started out with money. I really don't. I mean, I go back and I listen to some of the stories. We just go story after story after story of our partners when they first got into the business, what drove them. And it's amazing, Mike, how similar all of our stories are. We all started with nothing. And that's one of the beautiful things about the Integrity family is that to work with, you know, all of the successful folks that really started with nothing. So it's humbling, and man, I just couldn't tell you. I can't tell you how excited we are to have you guys on the team.
Mike, thank you so much. That means the world to me. And I've missed you guys. I really have, but it's time for us to work together. Oh, I'll tell you what, there's a long runway. And AC and Mark and all you guys, I'm just really excited to see you guys again.
Well, we've missed you, Mike and Kristi, but we sure are glad that we're all back in the same family once again. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mike.
I should have had AC. I should have had AC on. AC just texted me a picture of that you gave him, and he now has hanging in his cabin. And so again, it's just these stories that he gave him years ago when you visited his farm. But he probably has it hanging in his cabin. So he said, "Love that guy." LUV, love that guy. So that's from AC. We also have Teddy Ruttinger. Ted, are you there?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Did you start in the industry with a lot of money? Did you start with him? Mike was just saying he didn't know if anybody had started with a lot of money. Did you and Chris start with a lot of money?
Yeah. Well, if you consider bill collectors calling to try and get your $50 Sears payment made, I would have to say no.
You're going way back.
I mean,
Sears.
basically started with nothing.
Oh, love that.
Hey, Mike, Kristi, you know, welcome to the Integrity family. So blessed to have you guys with us. And to the Integrity family, we just partnered with a great couple. You know, we talk about being around the campfire, and I've been around the campfire with Mike. Okay, he's the real deal. We're so lucky to have them as a partner. And guys, I want to say one thing. You know, I've been with Integrity for a while, and Mike, you know, we've been in the business a long time and made a lot of friends. And the greatest thing, the most special thing for me since joining Integrity is the new friends that I've met. So many Integrity employees, partners, etc. That's been the most exciting thing, and it's something that you guys are going to be able to look forward to because there are so many great people in this organization, and now we just added another one. So, and as far as the hat goes, I'm glad you told me the story because you're the only guy I've ever played golf with that plays with a cowboy hat on, you know. And so now I understand. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're in a wedding. Okay, you can look around. You can see Mike, okay, because he's the only guy with a cowboy hat. But that's really special, and just so glad to have you here, and can't wait to spend more time with you because I always have a great time when we do.
Thanks, Daddy. I really appreciate that, and I look forward to working with you.
Yep, can't wait.
Oh, and speaking of great people, John Bettis wanted to jump on and say congratulations.
Mike, Kristi, congratulations.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.
It won't take long. It's hard to follow those two, but I agree with everything that they've said. And, you know, I was at that game when you signed the hat. For people that don't know Integrity, I've competed against Mike and Kristi for a long time. Very ethically, we've become great friends. Energy and compassion you guys bring are just second to none. So, you know, couldn't be more happy to have you on board. You're great folks. And speaking of competing, when you signed that helmet, I thought, well, God, I got to hurry up and join because I got to beat this guy. I mean, I got to beat him. We have enjoyed each other's competition for so long, And you inspired me and a lot of other people to do better. Both of you have. Your attitudes are just great, and couldn't be more happy to have you on board, man. Congratulations to both of you, and look forward to talking with you more and meeting you too as well, buddy.
Thanks so much, John. It is a special day, that is for sure.
Yes.
What? Hey, thanks for nudging John Bettis along. I didn't know that's what that was the impetus to get him going, but I'm sure glad that it did. That is awesome. Hey, thanks, guys.
Well, I'm just following great leaders.
Hey, Mike, isn't this fun? And Kristi, I mean, it's one thing to, people think about business as kind of transactional dollars and cents and numbers and all that stuff, which it is. I mean, that is at the core. You've got to have that. But for us, the deeper side of business is about the relationships and people that we started off talking about. Mark Stu, I've gotten so many texts here, man. I could sit here all day, but Mark Steuben said, great announcement today. We go to church with the Roth, and their son Barrett went to school with your daughter Izzy until recently, and he said, I did not know about the cowboy hat, but I love that story. Congratulations again. So, I mean, you just kind of keep peeling back these layers of how excited people are to be your partner, and I can't tell you how excited we all are to get this announcement out tomorrow. We're going to be announcing this publicly. Make sure everybody shares it, likes it, comments on it on social media. And this is going to be a big announcement, another big announcement here at Integrity of another incredible leader coming to the Integrity family. So, Mike and Kristi, thank you for trusting us. We're honored and humbled to be your partner and can't wait to see where we can go together because, Mike, as you said, there's a long runway here ahead of us, and I think we're just about to take off, so congratulations.
Well, thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. We appreciate it.
And you've got a great team of people, and, just real quick to finish, we started sitting here and thinking, we're just doing our work and making this announcement, but now Kristi and I are arm in arm and thinking about how valuable all you guys are. We're very, very blessed.
This is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for a partner meeting for all of us to get back together and celebrate. You'll know who Mike is by the cowboy hat, and make sure you guys go up. If you don't know Mike and Kristi, make sure you get to know them well. But another huge announcement today. So excited to welcome Mike and Kristi Roth to the Integrity family and everybody at Senior Insurance Marketing. We're going to have a lot of fun with this group, as you can see already, having fun here. But it's going to be a big day tomorrow as we announce this. Hope everybody has an amazing week. God bless you all. Take care. And can't wait to connect with you all again very soon. Thank you, guys. Take care.